Hey yo, what's up guys? Mr. Kaiju here again doing another video for you guys today. Figure since the Halloween season is right around the corner, thought I'd take a look at some vintage Godzilla figures that I have in my collection, since I always attribute Halloween with movie monsters, since that's the kind of stuff that I like to see around this time. And I got a few of these that I would like to show off today, mostly for the reason of I'm going to be getting more of them soon, as I'm growing very fond of collecting these figures. And I just want to, do like a little video to show where it all started, and it was with these figures that I've bought throughout the years. And I figured since I had them all here together, I'd say a few things about them. So we'll start off with my first one. It's this figure by a company called Yamakatsu. This is based on the Showa Mechagodzilla from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, the 1974 film. I got this a few years back at a comic book store that I used to go to called Fighter's Corner. And yeah, it was my very first, retro Safubi figure. So this is the one that started it all. And yeah, I was very happy to get this figure as I didn't have a Showa Mechagodzilla around the time. And yeah, this one's really cool. It's got the shiny gray vinyl with some black highlights around it, golden eyes, red right there on the head. So this was a pretty cool figure, and I was very glad to pick it up around that time. My second one was this one. This one's by Marusan. It's based off the Godzilla 1955 design from Godzilla's Counterattack, or Godzilla Reigns Again. And yeah, it's a very stylized, very goofy looking version of Godzilla 1955, but that's kind of the novelty with these figures, is that they're made to look exaggerated in a very, goofy way. But yeah, I like the way this figure looks. Got this off Amazon about a few years back. It was about $70 back when they were selling these Medicom figures. But yeah, I did a review of this on my channel a while back if you want to go check that out. But yeah, it's a really cool figure. And then my next one was this one. This is the CCP Godzilla midsize figure line, and this is the 1964 suit from the movie Mothra vs. Godzilla. I got this thinking it was going to be the size of that figure right there, and when I got the package I was surprised to see how small it was. But nonetheless, it's a really nice figure. It's got pretty good detail. The likeness to the 1964 suit is there. This one has more of accurate colors to how Godzilla looked in the movie, because there are a few of these that are released in multiple different colors. This one I got, again, just because it looked more movie accurate. Yeah, it looks really nice. And the cool thing about it is that it's got a Mothra larva on its tail, as you guys can see. So yeah, it's pretty cool that it came with that. Yeah, it's a really nice figure. It's not really posable. I mean, this part moves, just the tail. And I think the Mothra too, if I'm not mistaken. No, it doesn't. But yeah, pretty cool figure. Glad to have that. And then my next one was also by Marusan. This is Gorosaurus, I believe from the Destroy All Monsters movie. I'm only saying that because in this figure I got with the header card on it, and it showed all the Destroy All monsters. So yeah, I figured this is the one from the 1968 film. But yeah, I really love this figure. It's got a very, old-timey dinosaur look, and I'm a big fan of those dinosaur artworks by Charles Knights that had dinosaurs that kind of look like this. So yeah, as you can see, he looks pretty goofy with his tongue sticking out and all that, but it's a really nice figure, I will say. I got it mostly because I didn't have a Gorosaurus figure, and this was a really cool version of it, especially since, again, I'm getting into the Safubi figures. I got this, I think, back in 2021. So yeah, I had it for a while, and I really like it. I do. If you'd like to see reviews on any of these figures I haven't done yet, let me know. This one is kind of interesting. This one's by Bandai. It's Godzilla 1992 from Godzilla vs. Mothra, the Heisei movie. This one actually came in a pack with a Batra larva figure and a Mothra larva figure. I only got the Godzilla figure because I only really cared for it. And it's by Bandai, and it's from, 1992, so like when the movie came out. But yeah, it's got the very, vintagey style look to it. It's made out of hard vinyl, even though it's a little squishy. But I do like it. It's a good representation of Godzilla 1992. He looks very grumpy. But yeah, it's a really nice figure. It's about 5 inches tall, or maybe just at 6 inches, I believe. But it does go in scale with your 6-inch Godzilla figures. So yeah, I like this figure more so for the fact that it looks very vintage-like. And then this one I bought about a year ago. This is the M1-Go Godzilla 1955. And this one is a really nice figure, as you guys can tell. It does look very much like the suit. Still a little bit exaggerated, especially in its proportions, but it does look really nice. I really like this figure a lot. It's the figure that's getting me, back into collecting, these old retro style figures. I did a review on this not too long ago, about a few months ago. So check it out if you like, if you guys want to see a more in-depth review. But yeah, I really like this figure. It's the tallest one I have here. And yeah, really nice. Really, really nice. And then we got these ones. These are a bit different from these ones, as they're not, made in Japan, anything like that. These are off-branded figures. This one is, I believe it's the Imperial Godzilla mold, but it doesn't have Imperial anywhere on the bottom of its foot. I bought this a while ago off of Amazon. It came in a really, laughable box. It looked so bad the way it was packaged in it. It looked really ridiculous. But I got this one because back when I was a kid, the Godzilla figures that I first had were these old style ones. I had a lot of these that were in green and red. They were the smaller ones, and then I had the bigger Imperial Godzilla. Fortunately, I no longer have those anymore. But I got this one because it reminded very much of my first Godzilla figure, which was this kind of orangey green, fire type Godzilla that was made by Imperial. So this one kind of keeps the memory alive of it. So yeah, it was really cheap on Amazon when they sold it. But yeah, a lot of people I know grew up back in the day with these types of figures, and typically they're the first Godzilla figures that a lot of Americans were introduced to. So yeah, there's multiple variants of this you can find online. This one I just prefer because, again, my first one had this color. And we got a King Kong figure. Well, I'm assuming it's King Kong because it's standing upright and it looks very much like King Kong. This is by the company UKRD. It was made in 1986. Kind of reminds me very much of the Imperial King Kong that was also in this scale. But yeah, this one's very, very, creepy looking, in my opinion, just that face. Because I remember when I first saw the 1933 King Kong movie when I was 6 years old, it terrified the crap out of me. And this one kind of just reminds me of how he looked in that movie, as there's a lot of, old poster art of how King Kong looked, and this very much looks like how he did in a lot of those poster arts. But yeah, really cool. I do hope to get the Imperial one very soon. Now this last figure is really, really interesting. This one I believe is made by Imperial, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Imperial Toys, back in 1979. It's a T-Rex, and it's got Stegosaurus spines running down its back. So it almost looks like Godzilla. It's not Godzilla, but it does look like Godzilla. And that's the main reason why I like this figure, because it's got, the old-timey retro dino look, the plates on its back. And it screams Godzilla, even though it isn't. But yeah, it's just a cheap, dinosaur T-Rex figure that you see a lot sold online or at flea markets. But yeah, just thought since it, looks like Godzilla and pays tribute to Godzilla being a T-Rex with spikes, just thought it was pretty cool. So, yes. So that's pretty much all my vintage Godzilla figures with a King Kong and a T-Rex. And yeah, just thought I'd, again, show this off before I collect more of these and forget where it all started. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoy your Halloween season. If I get any more of these, I will definitely do a video on them soon.